Shalom, shalom.
So,
We should be good. All right, hey, shalom. It's your brothers, the Great Millstone Charlotte, coming with another quick live lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, we want to start by giving our praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.
so
Hey, so you just wanted to go into a quick lesson, into our refuge, man, right? Our safety is in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and that's the only place we can go to seek safety, to seek comfort, right? In these coming calamities and these coming times of trouble, right? The Jacob's trouble being the hot topic right now, right? The only thing that we can do to seek comfort is to attach ourselves even more in the spirit to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. So just real quick, I'm gonna get this word for refuge, and it reads a condition of being safe or sheltered from pursuit, danger, or trouble, right? So, as Esau comes down like a flood, right? As we see these plagues and pestilences and calamities, man, our only shelter, our only safety is with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You can go ahead and start that Psalm 142.
this is Psalm chapter 142 and verse 1. It says, I cried unto the Lord with my voice unto the Lord did I make my supplication.
And that's what we're doing right now, man. We're sighing and crying, in the midst of all this chaos, in the midst of all this uh, vexation, right? As scriptures talk about, Lot was vexed daily with the wicked conversations, right? This is why we're crying out to Yahweh Shema Shai to get us out of these situations, man.
Mhm. Verse 2, I poured out my complaint before him. I shewed before him my trouble. When my
Mhm.
spirit was overwhelmed within me, then thou knewest my path, and the way wherein I walked have they privily laid a snare for me.
And that's what we're seeing right now, right? Those snares, those traps being set for the elect, man, right? Everything you see, is something to pull you back into the world. It's something to pull you away from Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? So it's like it says, then thou knowest my path, and the way wherein I walked, have they laid privily a snare. That's why we need that light to guide us on our way, man. Right? We need that light, before our feet, so that the Lord can, what's the word? Help us to avoid these traps, to help us to avoid these snares, these pits, that two-thirds are ultimately going to fall into, man.
Yeah, precept.
Kind
This is Proverbs chapter 4. So I'll be chapter 6. This is Proverbs 6. So give me a second. You guys speak, bro.
kind. I'm gonna just read this verse 3 again. It says, "When my spirit was overwhelmed within me, then thou knewest my path." Right? Because the Lord already has provision set for His chosen, man. He's already set the path, to success. Right? The victory has
Gotcha.
already been secured. Right? And then it says, um, "In the way wherein I walked, have they privily laid a snare for me." So without, the Lord guiding our steps, there's no way to avoid these snares, man.
This is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18. You mentioned that pretty much the elect is going to be taken in those snares ultimately. This Proverbs 4 and 18, it says, but the path of the just is it the shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. You see, so the elect is getting, more revelations, more sight, spiritual eyesight, so that they can survive in these days to come.
That's right. God. You can go ahead and read verse 4.
This is back in Psalms. It's a lot. Back in Psalms chapter 142. And we'll get verse 4. It says, I looked on my right hand and beheld, but there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me. No man cared for my soul.
Right. So this is the state that two-thirds are about to be in, man. Right? Because without the Lord, you're by yourself. Right? You're in utter darkness. You know, And like it says, no man helped me, or no man would know me, which goes into, being a help, right? So there's nobody to help you. You put your trust, your refuge, in the wrong things, right? So without the Lord, you have no refuge, you have no protection, you have no covering, right? And that's what we're seeking, to come into Yahweh Shemel Shah to receive that help, man. Because without it, you're destined for that the nuclear fire, man.
Verse 5, it says, I cried unto thee, O Lord. I said, thou art my refuge and my portion in the land of the living.
So we understand, and this is what we're doing, sighing and crying, to the Lord that, hey, you're our refuge, right? You're our our protection. You're our covering, right? Let me see if I can find this real quick. And
I want to go into this word refuge.
okay, yeah, go ahead.
It says, machasa. All right, it comes from the root word chasa, which is H2620. But it says outline of biblical usage. It says refuge, shelter from rain or storm, from danger. And you go into Jeremiah 30:7 talks about a time like no other. All right, you also go into how Esau's going to come with that great wrath. All right, we can also find scriptures like Matthew the 7th chapter going into that rain, and the storm, and etc. Roughly paraphrasing, but pretty much the Lord is our refuge. Somewhere we can confide in these perilous times, at any time.
Okay.
It
Hey,
says I'm gonna
Esau's
keep
gonna
going.
come in like a flood, right? You
Mm-hmm.
know.
I'm gonna read. It's a little bit more. It says
Okay,
it says a shelter. It says hope. It says a place of refuge, shelter, trust. All right, because we can confide in the Lord, and then also we can hope. When you go into hope, it's an expectation. If you're doing the correct things in the spirit, you can expect the Lord to cover you in these days
right.
to come.
And we're prisoners of hope, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We hope against, it seems foolish, right? Because you can't, most people haven't been blessed with the eyesight to be able to see beyond this society, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping, for this place to, crumble, you know? It's, oh yeah, kind of sucky. It's, First Samuel chapter 22 and verse 2. And everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented, gathered themselves unto him, and and he became a captain over them, and they were with him about 400 men. So that's just going back to where it says in verse 5, I cried unto thee, right? These are the men that are crying, right? The house of David, right? His those chosen men, you know.
Mm-hmm. Verse
You can keep going.
6
Okay.
says, attend unto my cry, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from my persecutors, for they are stronger than I.
Right now, you can grab that Isaiah 54 and 17, right? Because you know we're up against what would be thought to be an unstoppable force, man, right? But we know that our power, is above all of this, man.
This is Isaiah 54:17. It says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord.
hmm This is our heritage, man. This is our what's been handed down to us is our faith, our belief, our customs, you know, our connection to Yahweh Bashem Shah, right? That's what we've been given, and because we know that, Esau was blessed with that sword, we can't fight him with his own blessing, man.
Mm-hmm.
As people say in the world, styles make fights, right? So you're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna go into a fight against a power puncher, trying to go knock him out, man.
Right.
You're gonna play the long game, right? You're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
go into a fight against somebody who got the distance on you and try to work your way around the ring, and you're gonna get
Right.
beat to pieces, right? You
Right.
use what you're best at, man.
Kind of like what we see. Usually it's the opposites, that I went against the opposite type of fighter you see. So what do we have in the scriptures? You got Esau's good with carnality. We was blessed with
hmm
spiritual what's the word spirituality?
Okay.
my tongue, but pretty much, that's going to trump the carnality every time. You know, I want to get this precept real quick. This is
Okay.
Isaiah 41:14. It says, "Fear not." That's why the Lord says, "Fear not." Because the spiritual is always going to win. It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob." Going back to Psalms 142, and the last verse we just got. Because it said, "Those that are stronger than I." The earth is given to the hand of the wicked, and right now, Esau, Edom is in rulership. You see, but the Lord said to not worry because the spiritual side always is going to win. The right side is always going to win. All right, the victory was already given.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and gave men of Israel, I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel." It says, "I will help thee." That's why when we got that particular precept, is the refuge. The Lord is a refuge. That's somewhere we can confide in if we're doing the correct things.
Exactly. Grab 2 Corinthians 10:4.
Con.
Baba Kasha.
2 Corinthians chapter 10, we'll get verse 4. It says, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to pulling down of strongholds."
Hmm. So we're not going to fight this man, in carnal means. That's why I said they are stronger than I, right? We would lose immediately if we went up against Esau with
Mm-hmm.
his own blessing, right? But we go about this in a spiritual manner, right? We take a spiritual approach, to what we're doing, man, because we know that the Lord ultimately is going to overthrow him, right? All we have to do is trust in the Lord, and watch as well as pray, right? Be still and know that He is, man, right?
Verse 5.
Um, okay, you can go ahead.
Okay. "Casting down imaginations and everything that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach."
Hmm. Okay. So all these strongholds, all the enchantments that you see, taking place, right? They have the majority of our people, tied up, right? But the elect, the scriptures say, there's no enchantment against Jacob, right? So the elect are going to be able to overcome these things, and it's always through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. You can finish out verse 7.
Con. Psalms.
Con.
This is Psalms 142. We get verse 7. It says, "Bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise thy name. The righteous shall compass me about, for thou shalt deal bountifully with me."
Hmm. That's what we seek, man. For the Lord to deal bountifully with us, man. To give us that abundance, right? To give us that mercy in the time of trouble, right? To deliver us out of these afflictions, to allow us to escape these calamities, man. Luke was it 21:36, right? You can grab that, Baba Kusha. And then I just got a couple more here. This is Proverbs 18:10. It says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe." Right? So that's that refuge, man. That safe place, that safe haven, from the storm, from the tempest, right? From the calamities that we're about to see, right? From the pestilences, from the uproars of the people, from the famine. We can go on, right?
You said Luke 21.
John and 36. Because basically he was saying, um, I praise thy name, and the righteousness shall compass me about, for thou shalt deal bountifully with me.
This is Luke 21:36. It says, "Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man."
And that's us, the Lord dealing bountifully, right? He's great in mercy. He's also great in his displeasures, man, right? So him dealing bountifully with us would be him granting us safe passage through these times, man. Him chastising us, removing those impurities, but ultimately redeeming us in the latter end, man. You know. And then I just got one more. If you could grab um, First Chronicles 16, and we'll read 11 and 12 and 13. and 14, 11, 10 through 14. It's like,
Uh, this is First Chronicles chapter 16 and verse 10. It says, "Gloriate in His name, in His holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord.
mhm.
Seek the Lord and His strength. Seek His face continually."
And that's what we're doing right now, man. We're seeking the Lord continually through these works, through our faith, through prayer, through fasting, right? We're seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai so that we can be, found worthy, so that we can put ourselves in the good side, of this story, man, the winning side.
Verse 12. Remember His marvelous works that He has done, His wonders and the judgments of His mouth.
Because we remember our forefathers being delivered out of their calamities. We remember the judgments that He sent. These are things that we continually speak on, right? This is the manner of speech that brothers have, because we're trying to put ourselves in those same shoes, man.
Verse 13. O ye seed of Israel, His servant, ye children of Jacob, His chosen ones.
Right. So, the elect, right? You Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, West Indians, you know, and then those whose this word jives with your spirit, man. Right? You're the chosen, right? And those are the only ones who are going to be saved in this time, right? Those are the only ones who can glory in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Those are the only ones who He's seeking, to have them come and seek His face continually, man.
Verse 14. He is the Lord our power. His judgments are in all the earth.
Right. So
Be
everything. Oh no, that was pretty much the point. Verse 14. Because His judgments are in all the earth. He controls everything, both good and bad, right? So as we see these things taking place, these things coming to pass, right? You want to be on the right hand side of the person who controls everything else, man, right? You want to have that refuge, because He can block you from whatever's going on out here, man, right? When you read Jeremiah 30 and 7, He said He will save them out of Jacob's trouble, man. But you're going to be in the midst, right? You might be in the mix, you might be on the run, right? But if you're not connected to the Lord, right, because He controls all the judgments in the earth, if you don't have that connection, you don't have that refuge, and you won't be protected in those times to come. And this is what we continually pray for, right? This is what we continue to push brothers and sisters to pray for, right? So that you can endure unto the end, man.
hmm
But that was all I had, unless you had anything else you want to get.
I'm gonna get these two. This is Isaiah 55 and 6. It says, "Seek ye the Lord while He may be found. Call ye upon Him while He is near." Now this is going into before the famine of the word kicks in.
Hmm.
Before the perilous times come. I want to get this word for seek. It says darash. It says to resort to seek with care, to resort, to frequent. To frequent a place. Where can you find the Lord? You can find Him in the scriptures. You can find Him in prayer. All right. It says to seek, require, investigate, inquire, to ask for. You ask in prayer. It says to practice, study, follow, seek with application, and also applying the precepts. That word, I mean, that also goes into seeking. All right, to practice the stuff that we're reading, to study, to
Yep,
follow, seek with application. Then going back up to the top, it says frequently, so daily, diligently. You know,
exactly.
I'm gonna read down to verse 7. It says, "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts." And that's part of the application. Forsaking, the unrighteous ways. Read again. It says, "Let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and He will have mercy upon him, and to our power, for He will abundantly pardon." All right, going into our transgressions. I don't want to they're forgiven. You know,
Right.
but the elect is going to put on as the elect, and they're going to seek the Lord. They're going to apply. They're going to study. Pretty much how if you was to train for a fight, pretty much the elect is going to do the things necessary in fight camp, so that they can
Hmm.
do well in the fight.
Exactly. Exactly. Hey, that's why scriptures say, touch no unclean thing, man. You go into that word touch in the Greek, it goes into of the Levitical priesthood was separating themselves from the ways of the heathen, man. Right? And that's why we're continually on that mission, to separate ourselves from the ways of Babylon the Great, right? So that we can be on the right side of our power, man.
Con.
You got anything else?
Wow.
Con. Hey, so we pray that lesson was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We want to close by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Wa,
Wow.
Kwam Yasharala, and the Bible Bar.
Bible Ball.
Shalom.